come on now, don't be shy, somebody's gonna say something.
Yeah, I'm curious about the relationship of you mentioned Yoruba.
Yes.
Are there parallels or any kind of resonances with any of the Western religions, such as Baptist religion or any of those others? Or,
Well,
because he mentions that, Baptist faith gonna get through. So your thoughts on that?
well, I think Baptist faith was sustaining. I mean, I always heard my mother humming spirituals around the house. That was her, when she was upset, that was her sustenance. And even though in a certain way she moved away from the religion in the sense that, or not from the religion, but from her heritage with the language, she always sang the spirituals. In the same way, and she revered her ancestors. And in the Baptist church, there's people may be overcome with the Holy Spirit, and the same thing happens in the Yoruba tradition. In the dancing and drumming, people enter into another state. If you think of the holy rollers and the shouting and the dancing that goes on, dancing is very much a part of the Yoruba tradition as well. And the importance of ancestors. In the Yoruba tradition, your ancestors influence your life, and also the Orisha, which are different manifestations of God, different divine energies. So I believe that in the Baptist church, we feel led by Jesus and some of the saints. So there are parallels in that way. This is one woman's opinion. So.
Anyone have any other questions for Constance? Thoughts?
Yes.
I just have to frame it a little bit because I know a little bit about Eugene O'Neill, who took a big risk. He's a character himself. And I'm just curious from your viewpoint as African American, do you think did he capture something in this story? Because apparently he was much more transparent, open-minded. I'm certain when this play was first presented, it probably shocked audiences. But now it's 50, 60 years later, and I'm just curious your reaction is. Do you think he nailed it? Did he kind of capture something that was accurate?
Well, for me, what he captured is how difficult it is for black men to find a place in society. And that was much more the case in the 1920s, but I think it is today as well. Women as women, black women, we've been nursemaids, we've been domestics, we've been we clean the house, so we haven't been threatening in the same way. But our society pens in black men. I mean, we have a black man in the White House, and that's fabulous, but I think that the everyday black man, let's say, has a very hard time, did and does. And for me, the death of of the Emperor Jones, he runs here, he runs there, there's no place for him. There's no place for him. And so, in that sense, I would say that he was on point, that it's very hard for black men to find a place in the society. I mean, we're in a recession now, and who's let go first? Who loses their security first? So, yeah, in that respect, I would say he was on target. Yes?
Do you believe the further we come from our ancestry and try to blend with this new society, that it is causing more confusion in the black race the further we pull away from our ancestry?
Well, for me, that's been true. my mom was a farm girl, and she went to maybe the 2nd or 3rd grade. Later, she got her GED, but in the beginning, that's where she was, and she was determined that my brother and I would go to college and that we would become good middle-class people, which means keeping your head down and don't say ain't, oh my God, please. So, so in a way that was taking us from our roots and from her beginnings. And so studying or becoming a part of the Yoruba tradition for me is reclaiming things that my mother did and my great-grandmother did and who knows how far back. I'll tell a little story about my mother. Even though she moved away, in a sense, from her farm roots, there were things that she would do that were so deeply ingrained. For example, in the Yoruba religion and other West African religions, if somebody comes to your house and you don't want that person to come back, when they leave, you sweep from where they last stood all the way out to the street. And so I saw my mother do that one day, and I said, Mom, why are you doing it? She said, because I don't want them to come back. So there may have been other aspects that I didn't pick up on as a kid, but there's strength. There's a strengthening in listening to the drumming. You know, the drummer is great. Oh, who? Oh yeah, bravo, that was great. So there's a strength in the drumming. There's a strength for me in learning the dance steps. There's a strength for me in learning the traditions that were lost, or many of them were lost during slavery time. So this to me is a great lesson. Yes.
I just want to commend Mr. Goins for the passion and the believability that he brought to this role. I saw him as John Henry, and he became John Henry, but boy, he is the Emperor in persona.
Thank you.
Yeah. More questions?
Anyone else?
Thank you very much.
No, I would like to thank said, please, John, we run for another 2 weeks, weekends. Please tell folks, you get them out here to see this. It's something that is very, very infrequently produced, and the chances of you seeing it again are probably way down the line. So again, thank you for being here.
Yeah, congratulations. This organization here out of this theater, doing this kind of play over and again, I'm always coming back. I'm always amazed. You're not pandering to anybody. You're not playing to the general
Absolutely,
public.
and that's part of it. That's what makes them so special.
Great job.
Tell some people. Spread the word. Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you.